the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Day 4 of the cross-examination of Richard Jakpa, the third accused in the ambulance saga trial at the Financial and Criminal Division of the Accra High Court. First accused, Dr. Col Larry Gbevlo, Minority Leader of Parliament. Na Obi Akasa, former National Security Coordinator Akasa, former retired General of the Ghana Armed Forces Akasa, former National Security Coordinator doing Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings Akasa. Nsem-Pii, what is interesting about Ononen said, time the late Professor John Evans Atamils, or former committee of 3 persons, initiated any recommendations about how to soundly purchase over 200 ambulances for the ambulance fleet. No okahubi nipa ye kan ho asem Larry Gbevlo Lt, the former National Security Coordinator of Government of Ghana during the late former President John Evans Atamils Mmereso, or Sanso ye appointee of the late Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Na ni ho adwini pam first surprise see during the cross-examination last week, the appearance of Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General himself, okopie court. Na the propensity and answer the magnitude of documents a cranium and also way ASM handle personally and Ukraine and a judge Justice Asari Butri, Efia Asari Butri, Efre said all persons in the court, omunko na enka lawyers of the Attorney General's office as well as lawyers of the first and third accused, and now what goes in the witness box. Now omunye in camera hearing, and then between the hours of 1 to 3 p.m. in another cross examination. But Larry Gbevlo Lt at the Nsem-Pii Abetuja, a confidential document, Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, at the PM Parliament. Now, yet the document, but now they were in for Ayamano was on. And yes, but yen kind document, and sana ya call responses are citizens of the Republic of Ghana, Edema, former appointee, Nsema or the Tudra, because on more high expectations. The background in say omo ana ye den ono with Dr. Dufour and the then Minister of Interior and a former committee Minister of Health Honorable Alban Sumana Babi and Dr. Dufour and Colonel Gbevlo Lt omo ye power say omunkoye research and for recommendations back on how to purchase these ambulances. Now research the recommendations. And I'm say top 200 ambulances at the cost of $15 million, 800,000 euros. 15,800,000 euros. Through a Stanbic loan at the tune of 20.8% per annum. Into one of these are recommendations, but these are recommendations in buy. Man kasa mo ye ni so sourcing na obi ti se Jakpa, Richard Jakpa, and a bekokoye agent in that agreement. About the same na afedi adane. Na Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, at the confidential documents but any more revelations about Nsema Oka. Larry Gbevlo Lt, a former National Security Coordinator, has questioned how this confidential report prepared by the Ghana Armed Forces on Richard Jakpa ended up in the hands of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfrey Dame. It was say documents ni nya Godfrey Dame yi ba court no. The a man who dream cry the Ghana Armed Forces recommendation letter Ghana Armed Forces a throw about Obeti Richard Jakpa. But because one Richard Jakpa at the confessions being more court say or no yampamono in free the Ghana Armed Forces and as the military. Now he was reassigned to a different regiment. Say onkoye marksman. In the document BAP and then the testimony bra the learned attorney general at the copy. Now I said this report was produced in court last week during the ambulance purchase case to attest to Jakpa's character and credibility. The minister produced the military document in court, revealing that Jakpa, the third accused person, failed his promotional exams. The document detailed that Jakpa lagged in his military career, unable to progress from lieutenant to captain and major, therefore he was dismissed. However, Gbevlo Lt, an ex-senior military officer, suggested the document was not a dismissal letter assembly, but merely a recommendation letter from Army HQ to COS with confidential security classification. And it was a document, confidential document, Godfrey Gbevlo, the Attorney General, the copy in court. Now, a recommendation letter, Army officer, a Troy from Army headquarters, I recommend the COS. Now, but saying na letter, a recommendation letter, confidential letter, say, it could be the hands of the Minister of Justice and Attorney General. And Uncle say, wait, yes, say what the legitimate document about any witness statement in Bubra. It just said the witness lied about being reassigned in the military to be a marksman in a new regiment, Now, o concern me a kwanya Godfrey Gbevlo in second document. Now, on one because cross examination there course no. And I just say judge opamobia because confidential documents are. You have to say Attorney General no Bible release I just opamobia that's case in camera because a bit Danny NDC able to. And a certain persons behind the scenes are and a CKB. Now, he emphasized not even the officer affected was to see this document. With a picture of the one-page document on his Facebook wall on Friday, June 28, Gbevlo Lt stated in part that Ghana Armed Forces GHQ owes the Ghana Armed Forces an explanation on how the document became public. One, everybody knows, even right to information bill, once a document appears in court, it becomes a public document. I just said, classified as confidential. Judge decided say obeying in camera to say the way na Godfrey Gbevlo Bible releasing other confidential documents or say OBMP because journalists, media persons, NDC for a press conference, every journalist for Nigeria say confidential conversation between Richard Jakpa and Godfrey Gbevlo. Nkofo Busani said, time na Godfrey Gbevlo and Richard Jakpa have a conversation, confidential conversation. Omo ba out on no Gbevlo Lt one beka say intia. But Nsaka Ghana Armed Forces document I just said Richard Jakpa lied in court. No Gbevlo Lt ebe complain say ba say na Attorney General Nsaka the document. Yet was so. Gbevlo Lt, who retired as a lieutenant colonel, has served as the commander of the 64th Battalion Infantry Commando Unit that provided VIP protection to ex-President Jerry John Rawlings and some key appointees. The document was a recommendation from Army HQ to GHQ with confidential security classification. Not even the officer affected was to see this document. GHQ owes the Ghana Armed Forces an explanation on how the document became public, wrote Lieutenant Colonel Gbevlo Lt. Now, currently, Gbevlo Lt is a private legal practitioner or serving as the African Union Chairperson's special representative in charge of counter-terrorism based in Algeria. No, Osanso ye Onya replacement. Nipa obe replacing him Mr. Yaudanko of the SY Bureau of National Investigations by former President John Dramani Mahama. Now, I'll say, it has been reported that Richie Jakpa was dismissed from the Ghana Armed Forces in 2007 for unsatisfactory conduct. This was entered into evidence as part of the ongoing ambulance trial at the Accra High Court. Jakpa has been accused of causing up to the state of 2.37 million euros in an ambulance deal with the minority leader. The letter written and signed on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff by the late Brigadier General M.K.G. Anyaglo and the then commander of the Southern Command of the Ghana Armed Forces have indicated that Richard Jakpa had been sacked from service for unsatisfactory conduct. Now, na Ghana for insaka document statement Lieutenant Colonel Gbevlo release him say everything about Richard Jakpa should be brought to light because he had his way. He will bring everything about the prosecution into public domain. We deserve to know everything about everyone who claims to be either smart or innocent. Inti statement Mr. Erikus Kakra Edema Gbevlo tene say Nsem-Pii for Richard Jakpa on be say a pieba because ono each and every time obe free court biano or granting interview with the media ekasa malign the reputation of that of Godfrey Yeboah Dame into confidential document by trusted institutions it brings to question the character, credibility, honesty, integrity of Obetisa Richard Jakpa into questioner. Saying Yedipim. Okujeto Ablakwa and Sami Nsem-Pii has been displaying everything they know, sometimes misinforming us about Honorable Brian Champel when he was in the U.S. Army. That one, there's nothing wrong with it. But when it affects NDC criminals, Gbevlo has a cause to complain. Inti, an additional commenter, Mr. John from Tema Edeka said, Okujeto Ablakwa documents being any introye be non troye or on the Facebook also are unreleased yet about national category, even double identity. Otimikwa could release in Crawford, President of the Republic of Ghana, the airport ticket, the airport route now or release into the public domain. Issues of national security. Now, Obia Bogana Kasi. Now, more time for causing financial loss or facing charges or criminal trials. Now, Gbevlo or say, Argentina, that document NDC. Fraudsters must be exposed, and that Jakpa was thrown out of the military for being a fraudster. Sabere Mamensa and a command, Mr. Colonel Gbevlo. So, fraudulent activities are almost cited here in the document, confidential document from the military. And the pamono. Inti fraudsters no are more society no. Esi Nsem-Pii no be ehu. Sene ya oni omo ye dealings obeden ubehwe ye. I say go to court and ask the judge. We are in a democracy, not in the jungle where bravado is the order of the day. Into unko court no go bisa judge no because judge nimpo here presented o man complaining na wo awugina ewuka committee na nka yese omohwe na bibia ekototen no una oyeden obabe complaining. The likes of Gbevlo don't have the nation at heart. They are not principled and always feel NDC is bigger than the nation. When it chooses them, they choose what they prefer. Is Ghana bigger than the USA? Whilst Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa releases confidential US document, is Ghana bigger than the USA? Rutan commenter 1 hour here or send here come Colonel Gbevlo I don't know. Say NDC hunkwana eden ordinary. Idea concerning the financial state of Ghana's economy there. But Gbevlo Latte has a cause to complain. Say Godfrey Yebo Adame. And the encourage you Ghana cry because confidential documents they have to say and nam kwanso ba no. Enya sempetua. I say, as I've been saying, how could it be that an ex-service person has been caught in a criminal act? When I saw the document classified as confidential, I was not surprised because Richard Jakpa himself had the guts to expose certain confidential conversations that he held in private with the privileges of the Attorney General. Nonetheless, power really corrupts people. Statement Johnny Edema Lieutenant Colonel Gbevlo Latte. So Gbevlo Latte didn't see anything wrong with Jakpa lying that he was a major, and he was discharged dishonorably from the army. Did he also not hear Jakpa say in open court that he had declared war on the Attorney General? He would use this underworld training to deal with the Attorney General. Is he not ashamed that he worked with such a crooked ex-soldier and is defending him? The truth must come out for everyone to be aware of the danger that Jakpa poses to the country. So I comment to a fine power. I see Gbevlo say Bibianye say Richard Jakpa didn't throw say no ye major or army abra on ye major. Na ye pamo no one sanso aka say yam pamo no he was reassigned and the Gbevlo Latte. Now I can say, didn't he see that Okan war court to say he had declared an open war against the Attorney General Godfrey Yebo Adame? Now, best also use underworld training, underworld tactics against Obi to say Godfrey Yebo Adame. Aha, and now Fidie Ubabe defended no. Enti comment in the bebre against Gbevlo Latte. 3 years on, his new commanding officer describes Richard Jakpa's conduct as shameful and regrettable. From the foregoing, the continued retention of Lieutenant Richard Jakpa is not in the best interest of Ghana Armed Forces, and indeed himself. It is accordingly being decided that Lieutenant Richard Jakpa be released from the service forthwith. However, Jakpa said the writing was not legible. Into yes, on kind document or kind also on timing kind. In fact, what you see there is there's Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance, Mr. Tuya Yebo asked. However, Jakpa insisted that he could not see the first alphabet I see is D. Into Jakpa see on documents on the atroce time Honorable Tuya Yebo and so engaging in cross-examination. Into another year, what you say is NPTV a breaky cross-examination of Richard Jakpa with the Attorney General, cross-examination of the third accused with the office of the Attorney General, and possibly Dr. Kiselato Foss. Yate from Parliament to say. Almost each and every time the case of Dr. Kiselato Foss will be heard, Omumba Parliament until we delay parliamentary session till 3 p.m. Say here in via and sana Omakako PM ewo Parliament and the Speaker of Parliament. I have deliberations regarding business of the day. Richard Jakpa continues to sink Attorney General Dr. Kiselato Foss in the mud, continues to sink the NDC in the mud. And in him say, Ansana September bedroom there, due to the recommendation of the Chief Justice, say cases must be fast-tracked in Ghana no, not ruling about whether Dr. Kiselato Foss and Richard Jakpa cause financial loss to the state, up to the tune of 2.37 million euros.